Welcome to the 14th LICHTER Filmfest, second time, sadly only online. I welcome today Ann Sirot and Raphaël Balboni, the directors of Madly in Life, Envie de Dement. This is your first feature film, and we are happy to show it as a German premiere with us. And yeah, maybe you can tell us a little bit how the ideas for this film was developed, and maybe also what made you thinking about this topic, and how you did your writing.
The topic of the film really comes from a real life experience, and we were confronted to a situation like that with one of our parents when we were in our late 20s. So the fact that we were confronted to that at such a young age kind of put us in a place where we couldn't really decide that we were going to work part-time to take care of our parent or do stuff like that. We were just too young. We were just starting our adulthood life, just starting to work. So we were kind of put in a place where we had to embrace it all and try to find a way to be happy around that person and happy with that person. And this whole experience, we felt after a while, after like 10 years into that experience, we thought I think we have something to give to other people about, you know, this whole journey of having BAM, this huge bad thing like landing into your life, and how you little by little embrace it and make it a part of your life and something rich and happy in your life.
And the first idea was not to talk about that, but not in a really sad way, because when we had all this experience, we were talking about to friends about what we were living, and we were laughing with friends, and because the situation was so absurd, so it could be really fun too, or completely and we have the idea at the beginning to do a film which is sad for a part, but also funny.
What happens sometimes, like when we tell some of the stories that were happening to us, is the people would like laugh out loud and then say, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm laughing, but this is such a hard situation you're in." And we're there, no, laugh along. You know, it is genuinely, some of the stuff we go through is just happen to be very funny, because since this disease, which is a kind of dementia that really removes inhibition, so you kind of lose your sense of what you're allowed to do or not in society. And it really gets really rambunctious. But at the same time, you know, when that person allows themselves so much, it always brings you back to how little you allow yourself. And it swings back to you pretty much. And it's a pretty strong sociological and philosophical experience in the end. Yeah.
So that means you are a couple for real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was another question I had when I saw the film, and we were, since our topic is change, we were strongly in the search of something where you were allowed to smile about, since the situation right now is not too much to smile about. And also if you focus and if you curate change, it happens that this the films mainly turn into dramas. So you already answered that you were actually trying to find this thin line between something sad and something funny at the same time. How were the reactions of the audience on this idea? How?
Sorry.
No, I say what we've experienced showing it to real audiences a few times, and it's very moving because usually when we welcome the audience at the end of the film, like, or we, you know, for the Q&A, or because we just kind of, we're just standing there outside the movie theater, like people express a lot of kindness and a lot of love to us. And it's very, very touching, because we feel like some of the emotional power that we've been through in that situation in life came into the film and is going back now to the audience and then back to us. You know, like there's a circle of something happening.
And we did a lot of, we did 8 short films before, and some of them was some comedy. So we had the experience to be in theater and having the people with laughing about movie we did. But here we have people who are laughing during the movie, but also it's a new thing for us to have movies with so much of emotion, and it's really the silence of the audience when we are in the theater is really particular, and we never.
You mean after the film?
Even during the film? During the movie. So
no, it's really it was very huge for us, actually, the first screenings, because we also had people who were like coming out of the movie theater and telling us, well, I was crying, and then 5 minutes later I was laughing, and then I was crying again and laughing again, and it was such an emotional trip. And I said that I feel very rewarded that people go through that emotional wave, because I think it's so much a part of living that situation itself, you know, like being very upset and very sad, and then being just rolling with laughter because, you know, you can't believe what's happening to you, and then being sad again. And it's a very lively experience, actually, and we're happy that watching the film is a lively experience too.
A huge part for me in transporting this idea were the actors. The main figure, Suzanne, played by Jo de Seur, sorry, and her son, Alex, Jean Le Pelletier, and his wife or girlfriend, Noemi, Lucie de Bay. Can you tell us something about the way you casted them, or how did you find them? Did you have them in mind already?
Yeah, we are always writing for people, for actors. We are not doing really casting. So Jean Le Pelletier, we did several movies before with him. We knew Lucie de Bay from other movies, and we knew her personally, and we would like for a while to work with her. And we discovered Jo de Seur. Jo de Seur was an actress we didn't know. She's really known in theater in Belgium, but she didn't do a lot of movies. And we met her with Jean, and it was immediately really nice with her.
And in our writing process, we rehearse very, very early. So that means when we already have like an idea of the film, and we start working with the actors, and then we go back to writing, and then go back to rehearsing. So we have a long work process with the actors. So they, you know, melt into their character. They have we do that together with them, and they have a long time to work on their characters. And
it was more than a year of rehearsal, not every day, but we did about 20 days of rehearsal during 1 year, more than 1 year.
During a year and a half, like we'd have little periods of rehearsals, and we rehearse in the sets. So
with the camera, and then we are doing the editing of the shooting of the rehearsal. So we are really building the characters with what the actors are.
Yes, that's true. We also need to see what's going to happen when two actors are acting together, because even if you know the actors separately, you can't really predict the energy that's going to come out between them. So we really need to know that beforehand. So we put like the actors together, and they kind of naturally have a tendency to argue, or naturally have a tendency to tease, or and it's different. So we build a lot on what happens in rehearsals. For example, if we understand something naturally happens between the actors, we're going to take it and use it and run another scene, for example. See, it's
so that was the following question. You keep your script more or less flexible, and see.
At the end, it's pretty locked up, because we had to shoot in a very short period of time. So but we ask the actors not to learn any dialogue. We've rehearsed a lot, so they know exactly, and we read the script, which is for this script, there was no dialogue. It was just a pretty precise description of the scene, and they know what they're going to discuss or what they're going to argue about, and they know about which important moments they're supposed to get to, but we really don't want them to wait for each other's lines. So they're very prepared in terms of rehearsals. They know the set, they know how we're going to stage the scene. They're very informed, but they don't learn dialogue.
There's a very beautiful motive in your film. As you told, your actors merge into their roles. Your characters in the film merge partly in the wallpaper. What was the idea behind it?
Well, I think it kind of responds with the global theme of the movie, which is, what do you do when a disease hits you? Like, at first, it's just something inconvenient. Why is this happening? I was on track to have my life. Why do I have to go through this? It's just, you just reject it and just feel self-pity or feel annoyed, and then like it kind of blends in, and you kind of understand it's a very substantial thing that you happen to be living. And that's the idea we wanted to communicate, was that, you embrace it, you end up embracing it. And at the end, it's not, you don't feel that it's something tragic, but not only, it's part of life. And you don't feel the same way about it after a while.
I already mentioned that we have this topic change for this year. Last year we had the word power, and the year before, I guess it was money. Change is something you can, by curating films, you can use different perspectives. So we chose your film to show what can happen in a family and in a person if they are subjected to a severe illness. Now, a personal question. When you two think of the word change nowadays or right now, what does it mean for you?
I think change is something that first hits you, and that you learn to embrace. Kind of like, I feel like I'm talking about Suzanne's illness, but I think there are different ecosystems. Like it hits you as a person, it hits you as a family, and it hits you as society. So it's the whole thing of what are we learning from this, and what is a substantial thing that we can bring out of this whole situation, and try to get out of it positively, like not get rode over by it, try to pull through it and make the changes that are needed to be made in a, to try to use it as circumstance and a way to just think, see differently,
and
grow.
I think this situation, it's also that for me, it's maybe that change is for now, because everything it's a big mess. And like before, for me, the change, what we would change things, but I feel that it's now, we need change now.
That's a really nice sentence to close this interview, but I would also love to give you the chance to if you need to address your audience, to maybe say hello, and after that I would love to say thank you and say goodbye.
Well, we are really grateful to all of you who have come to see the film, because it's very important for us that this film reaches you, and this is why we make the film. So it's very purposeful that you are here, even online. And so thank you for your interest and in your time.
Yeah.
Thanks you too for this very precious and wonderful film. And I heard you guys are making another movie now, so we are watching out for this, and we hope to see you again soon. And thanks for this interview, and maybe soon there will be a chance to meet in person.
Sure.
Okay, sure.
Looking forward to it. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.